Good morning. Well, I got a surprise for you HD lovers out there. This is part number 3 of the mini zapper series, but it's going to be a very short video, so I'm doing this with the SONY HDR-SR12 camcorder, which is HD. So let's get started, and again, this is a very short video. This is part number 3 of the mini zapper series. Okay, I have here on the bench the charger for this and the zapper power supply. Yesterday off camera I cut off the head of the razor body, inner body. There was a case that went over this. And now I got the 2 wires connected here for the powering up of this here. The total length, make sure I'm in camera here, the total length of this now, not counting these wires sticking out, is 3 1/4 inches, counting the tip of this, which is going to be sticking out of the bottom of whatever case I decide to put this in, and I still haven't got any ideas to what to use. I've had suggestions of using PVC. That's fine, I've thought of that too, but PVC is very thick. So I'm going to need about if you turn it this way, I'm going to estimate about 1.5 inches inside diameter, which means that the outside diameter is going to be a lot bigger, probably 1.75 inches. That's going to be an awful big round handle, kind of clumsy to handle. That's why I was originally going to you put the battery in, but I'm not going to do that. One of my viewers had which I knew anyways. That's why I was leery about taking the battery out and trying to charge it another way, because these lithium-ion batteries have to have the proper charger. So this is the proper charger for this. So I'm going to leave everything as a complete unit here and charge it with this. Another one of my viewers, which I haven't answered at this time I'm making this video, I haven't answered his comment yet. It is about 9:45 in the morning right now, and I've been up since 7 this morning. So I've been watching videos after I ate, and have not had a chance to reply to too many comments, at least on my videos anyways. So I'm going to put this whole thing into a some kind of a case, and I think I'll probably just butt these like this. And I think this is going to be, as I measured it yesterday, I think it was like 5.5 inches. Not too bad of a handle. This has a push button on the side. Camera should focus, I would assume. But I'm going to jump that out, and I'm going to put another switch, a push button, which I have over here from the first bug whacker that I scrapped from Harbor Freight. So we're going to put this one, well, I'm going to say PVC, but I'm not going to, that's too thick. The PVC material is way too thick. It's going to cause a problem mounting these, because I need thin-walled ABS plastic or something similar to that I can just mount this on the inside, drill a hole, and have this button just stick out just a little bit. So I'm going to probably use this button and jump out this one, because this here, when you turn this on, is off camera again, damn it. When you turn this on, it's on. It's, you know, all the time. So we're going to have two power buttons. We're going to, when I mount this into whatever case it's going to be going into, this panel here needs to be up against the inside of the tube or whatever I decide to put this into, and the light for charging and the light for power when you turn this on must be shown through. So I'm not quite sure how to do that yet. And this button is recessed. I have to push it with my little finger in order to get this to go on, because originally on the Razor it had the outer body, and then it had an outside button in it which went down into here. So I can make something there, but this is going to have to be mounted close to the inside of the body, as far up as I can get it. And so when this is turned on, you're going to get 3.8 volts coming out of here, and it'll supply this, but this will have its own separate switch, which is going to be this one instead of this one here, because it's easier for me to do it that way rather than try to get this tight against the body, because this just barely sticks out. So we got to have something a little more easy to work with and mount. So if this gets left on, there's no big deal, because I still got this push button here that's going to turn this on and off. Okay, this I said is going to be a very short video. One of my viewers, William something I believe, but don't quote me on that because I'm terrible with names, and I usually call somebody by the wrong name. He said you shouldn't be handling that because you got high line voltage on that. You do not have line voltage on that. When you're charging that, you're using a wall wart. And I'm going to stop the video now, and it's one of these impossible to read. Let me see if I can get you to see it. It's one of these embossed in plastic black. This is about the hardest thing to read, at least for me. But you'll see that the output voltage, and I don't even remember what it was now. I will read it to you, or I will post it on the video screen here. But I'm turning it so that the angle maybe will show what the output voltage is on this for charging. Alright, if you can't see that, I'll read it to you. And it plugs in with this plug here into the back of this. 15 volts, 800 milliamps. So you're not going to get a shock off of 15 volts. So when you saw me handling this thing with this thing open and the circuit board and everything, it's all low voltage. A lot of your electric razors do have 120 volts going into here, but those are the ones that are line connected, not rechargeable. This is was a rechargeable razor. So it's 15 volts coming out of there. So there's no harm in what I did. Okay. Another one of my viewers, it's so much easier for me to make a video to answer the questions rather than for me to type, as I said so many times, said I should put a scope on the output of this. Get this out of the way here. This is DC. It's half-wave rectified DC. So you're not going to get, a scope isn't going to do you any good. If we were talking about the AC, yeah, maybe he's referring to the AC off the transformer. It'd be virtually impossible for me to get in there. Let me try to get you close up of this, because this camera here I think may do it. But again, my eyes aren't any good, so I'm assuming that's in focus. It would be very difficult with my eyesight to trace out and see where the secondary windings are on this. Give you a close-up of this too. So the output is DC, half-wave rectified DC. So you a scope isn't going to do you any good on that. Now, however, you can measure the waveform of the oscillator, which I haven't done, but I don't see any point in doing that. So that's going to be it for this video. Short and sweet. So again, we're using HD on my Sony HDR-SR12 because it's a short video and I can manage editing no problem. So that's why it's HD today. This concludes part number 3. When we go on to part number 4, it'll no doubt be longer, because part number 4 is not going to be started until I find some way of mounting these two things inside of a handle that's not going to be so big around that I'm going to have trouble holding on to it or uncomfortable. I don't want something like, well, this is glass, of course, but I don't want something that big. Yes, these two things can go in side by side, and it'll be stubby, and it'll go into a container if it was plastic like this. Only this is glass, of course, but I'm just using this as a reference. I don't want something that big. So this is going to have to go end to end like this. Which, where did my ruler go? Which is going to be, let's turn it this way so we can get a reference there. Total length 5.5 inches. I can deal with that. But the inside diameter, because of this, I'm putting this whole thing in the handle. The inside diameter's got to be about 1.25 inches, maybe an inch. I might be able to squeeze it into 1.25 inches, but 1.5 inches inside diameter. So that's not going to be too bad, and then you got the grid at the end. So, all right. That concludes this video. Stay tuned for part number 4. I have to think about what part this is. But that will be done in WVGA, because it will be longer. Thank you for watching. Keep cool. It's getting hot again.